Hello everybody, welcome to Sensual Scents. I'm your host Al, and today we're going to be talking about two fragrances from Arabyiat Prestige. The first one we're going to be talking about is Lutfah, the Seventh Heaven. It's inspired by Geisha's Imperial Valley, and the other one we're going to be talking about is Lutfah, Light in the Heart. It is sponsored by Altair from Perfumes de Marly. As I said, both of these come from Arabyiat Prestige. And as we know from plenty of others that I've reviewed in this channel, there is a certain quality from Arabyiat Prestige. So I presume these are going to be pretty similar anyways. So look, we'll go into the seventh heaven first, and we'll see what it is. So, pressurized, yes. Yeah, great spray. I can smell that in the air. This is a strong fragrance. What I'm getting from the strip is citruses. I'm getting some mild leather. It's not a punchy kind of oudy leather. There's no oud in this fragrance. There is woods, but it's not oud. It's not as pungent as oud now. Yes, and there's a bit of musk there as well. It's just calming everything down. Look, we'll quickly go through the notes of it anyway. So the notes are as follows. Pink pepper in the top, Davana and Sicilian bergamot. In the middle, there is white amber, agarwood, rosemary. And in the base, we have leather, Haitian vetiver, and musk. Yeah, I think the woods I was getting with there probably were the agarwood. It's, you can smell it a mile away, but it's not as pungent or as strong as oud. So even though there is oud in the original, right, this has agarwood in it, right? And the difference between agarwood and oud is the oil that comes from agarwood, and agarwood is the original compound. For that reason, it's slightly smoother and not as dense as it, not as strong, not as pungent, you could say. So that's why, I like the fact in this one that they have used the actual agarwood and not the oud extract. The citruses are gorgeous. The citruses are very sweet. They sweeten it up. They sweeten up the leather note as well. The peppers in it are not as prominent now as I thought they would have been. They're a bit more prominent now in the original. So I think what this has done, like many other Arabyiat Prestige fragrances, is this has tried to make it a bit more mass appealing. And personally, I mass appeal this. I do. I love this fragrance. I've worn this a good few times. I've gotten compliments on it. It is a go-to now. It is one of my favorites from the brand. It has a lot going for it. Mass appealing. Wear it anytime, any day. You can wear it, summer. You can wear it winter. Wear it whenever the hell you want. It's just one of those ones that you don't have to think too much about to put it on, right? For people that don't like leather, it's not offensive to them. Like, even though the leather is there and you can smell it, it's not that prominent like an oud marcousia, where like it has oud, it has leather, and if you're in a room with people that wouldn't be a favorite of those fragrances or those scents, they're not going to like it. But with this, with the leather in it, like, it has the agarwood, it's a bit smoother. It has the leather. I don't know what kind of leather it has in it, but the leather is also a bit smoother. It's not as dense. It nearly reminds me of something between a suede and a leather. It's not as creamy as a suede. It's not as dense and heavy as a leather. So anyways, as I said, this fantastic fragrance gets an 8.5 every day from me. Yeah, it lasts. It has performance. I'd even go as far as to say 8 to 10 hours. You spray this on clothes, you got to wash it out of it. It has the versatility, it has the wearability, it has, it has the complementary ability. Is that even a term? I don't know. But like, look, it's you're not going to go wrong with it. If you like, look up the notes first. I would put this down as a safe blind buy, for the reason that I said, like, there's nothing in it that is that diffusive that other people aren't going to like. You know, like, you know, peppers, you know, they're not even that strong. Leather, it doesn't overpower it. The agarwood doesn't overpower it. In all, I say it's a complete fragrance. You know, so look, that's my take on that one anyway. So we'll jump straight into Light in the Heart, right? So this one, as I said, and you probably guessed it from the colour, right? It's somewhat inspired by Altair. Now, again, look, I'm just going to say the caps on these hold strong. You can give them a good shaking. But yeah, so it's inspired by... I just break my hand. Hate when I fucking do that. Right, there we go, okay. Now, I'm going to slip on that. Whoa, I'm going to slip on that floor later. Okay. This is, straight away, it's one of the strongest Altair inspired fragrances I have. Straight away, I can tell what it's inspired by. Straight away, I can say this is a little bit of a twist. Again, what Arabyiat Prestige have done is they've taken a good fragrance and just put their own little twist on it. It's like 80% original and it's like 20% theirs, or maybe even 70-30, something like that anyways. Oh God, this is gorgeous in the air. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. It's been a while since I wore this. I remember I wore it one time now and I did go heavy with the sprays and I oversprayed it. And yeah, I was told it was very, very strong. So I find when you do that, there's a fine line there between, for an oversprayer, between overspraying the wrong fragrance and, you know, just putting on enough. So yeah, it didn't work, but like, it's still like what it is inspired by. It's still one of the most complimented fragrances of the year of the last 2 years, you know. There's how many fragrances of this type done. And to be honest, like this one is probably going to be my last purchase in that kind of category before I put them all together and I do a video for you guys anyways. So if you don't know what's in Altair, right, I'm going to tell you now. So anyways, look, no, I'm not going to go by Altair. I go, what's the notes of this one? So anyways, the notes are as follows. In the top, we have cinnamon, bergamot. In the mid, we have elemi and gaiac wood. And in the base, we have ambroxan and vanilla. So pretty simple now. So like, has the main ingredients of Altair, right? Where this one is putting on its own twist, I have to say, it's one of my favorite, and it's actually an artificial scent. It's the ambroxan. The ambroxan in this is fantastic. It just does it for me. Now, as I say, it is so sweet. What this one also has is, like, it has the cinnamon, right? The cinnamon is there, the vanilla. There's no orange blossom, but yet you can't tell. You cannot tell with this, you know, and it's just so much. It's, need I say, it's smoother, right? This is, I know I said I oversprayed it. If I went and I oversprayed the likes of Vanilla Dune or Liquid Brune or some of them, like, they can be completely the exact same, right? They can be completely cloying, right? The sweetness and the nature of, like, nearly the toffee and the sweetness of syrupy, nearly a kind of a nature, you know, of those ones that are trying to encapsulate the whole fragrance of Altair. They can be very, very cloying and way too much. Like this, yeah. Look, it's the same, but the only thing is, the thing about this one is you don't need to spray it as much because it has performance. It has every bit of performance. Again, 8 to 10 hours. Again, probably stay in your clothes for 2 to 3 days if you don't wash them. If you have an issue with performance, kind of like me, right? If you have an issue with performance on the skin, right? The way to elongate your performance is spray it on clothes, right? My issue is when I'm at work, I go into work, I have to take off my clothes and take off my clothes and put on my uniform, you know. So I'm changing my clothes. There is no point me spraying a fragrance in the morning and spraying it on my clothes and having the locker room upstairs smelling gorgeous, right? No point, no point. I spray it on my skin, every bit of skin that's exposed in the morning, neck, whatever, you know, and then I go in and yeah, I see but I do 12-hour shifts, so this is how I always see how a fragrance will last. Yeah, I definitely got 10 hours out of this, definitely got 10 hours. Look, what can I say? These are two fantastic fragrances. These are two, in my eyes, in my nose, they're two safe blind buy pickups. Yeah, I have to say now, you're getting quality with these. One thing I will say, right, just to kind of finish off, is that these two were 40 quid, and I have seen them as high as 50, but don't get them at 50, right? If you see them at 40, that's a safe value for them. If you can see them for less, snap it up. The reason I say that is because the prices on these fluctuate all the time. These are quality. There's no doubt about it, they are quality. There are cheaper versions of them that smell cheaper, unfortunately. So, look. Anyways, safe blind buys. As I say, perfect for daily wear. Perfect for evening wear, perfect for some sort of an event, you know, some bit of a special occasion or a bit of a date night or something like that, right? And as I said, this is quality for all time, day and night, work, whatever. You know, this the safer of the two. So it is. But anybody who's had their nose on Altair would probably like to have this one. I think probably should have that one, anyways. But anyway, so that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to promote a fragrance. I'm just here to tell you what I think. So yeah. Look, I love these two fragrances. They both get 8.5s in my book, and staples in my collection. My vast collection at this moment in time. Too vast. I wish I got to wear these more, but I don't. I gotta test other shit. So look, that's my video on the Seventh Heaven from Lutfah, and what is it? In Light in the Heart. Also Lutfah, both from Arabyiat Prestige, right? Look, again, as I always say at this time of the video, if you like the video, please where is it? There. Please hit the like button, and also please subscribe to the channel, guys, if you like this content and want to see more. I'm your host, Al, even with Central Sense. Until the next video, take care.